So we move up to the 64-kilogram light welterweight division, and there is Ankit Narwal, the 18-year-old boxer from India, facing off against a fellow 18-year-old, Ezequiel CRUZ of Brazil. So Mukesh Isaliev of Kyrgyzstan is the referee. Ankit Narwal comes in here. The man in the opposite corner is the 2019 Asian Continental Youth Championship silver medalist at 64 kilograms. Ezequiel CRUZ demonstrated some loose-limbed punch picking so far. Third bout of the tournament for CRUZ. Fourth bout of the tournament for the man from India, because 34 boxers are making up the 64-kilogram light welterweight division, and Narwal competed in what is the round of 64. He's been very impressive so far. This to determine who will go through to the medal rostrum here at 64-kilogram light welterweight.
Round one.
So we're underway then. We're in the 64-kilogram light welterweight division, one of the busiest weight classes in the entire tournament here at Kielce 2021. 34 athletes started this particular weight division. Welterweight has 36 boxers competing. Nice lateral movement by the man in blue, Ezequiel CRUZ. Has flowed beautifully around the boxing ring during the course of Kielce 2021. He's immediately onto the back foot. Oh, terrific punch picking with rights and lefts while skitting left and right. He's comfortable in this type of posture. Is Ezequiel CRUZ. Ankit Narwal looking to pin him to the ropes. But sometimes CRUZ, well, practically all the time, CRUZ very difficult to pin down. Very composed under fire. And looks to establish straight shots with that lengthy reach that he has. Takes a left hook with his back to the strands, and that's why he gets himself back to the space of center ring. There was nowhere to go in terms of reverse gear, simply couldn't lean back anymore. Narwal picking him off, and then an arcing right hand crashes around the top. CRUZ remaining committed to his low held hand style. And there's another left hand which gets through. So CRUZ, by continually putting himself in the confined position on the ropes and near the corners, has been picked off repeatedly by some heavy bent arm shots here from Narwal through the first half of this opening round. And that's how CRUZ looks to execute that strategy. His back touches the ropes, just respond, get off there immediately and spin back to the space of center ring. But if he slides across them to the point of the corner post, well, Narwal oh, right on the resumption, a left-right. Fired out in rapid fashion from Ankit Narwal, well within his rights to do so. CRUZ was spoken to about his lack of engagement, but then on the resumption, it was Narwal who was concentrated, got himself into punching range, and blam, blam, a left-right, heavy scoring punches from the man in red. There's a right hand over the top once again. And CRUZ is being outboxed here by the compact Indian athlete wearing red. Right hand over the top to scoring blow once again. There's a two-shot success on the back foot for CRUZ, trying to use a check right hand as he skipped off the ropes in an anti-clockwise direction. Wonderful movement once again from CRUZ, but far too often for his liking, for his coach's liking, he has been picked off just as he was there by an arcing right hand which came looping over the top. Same shot once again was a glancing blow. Ezequiel CRUZ keeping his wits about him, but a very good round indeed produced by Ankit Narwal. So, the majority of judges favoring the work of the Indian boxer. A very good exhibition. Short and mid-range punching in that first round. And there was the three shots effectively that Narwal perfectly legitimately helped himself too.
Seconds out, please.
So Ankit Narwal up off his stall early, showing Ezequiel de CRUZ that I'm ready to go. How are you feeling? Into the second round. Ankit Narwal, part of a 20-strong Indian boxing team, one of the 4 nations who have athletes in every weight class, 10 men, 10 women. Nice left hand landed by de CRUZ as he spun back to his left. He's part of a 7-man boxing team. No athletes at 49 kilogram light flyweights, heavyweights, or super heavyweights for the South American nation. So Narwal looking to pin his man to the ropes once again, and de CRUZ, well, given that he conceded the opening round for 4 of the 5 judges, I'm not sure boxing in this type of tenor, at this type of tempo, is going to be enough to get him into it, because Narwal keeps on coming forward aggressively, and he's not really been able to repel or deter that aggression. Maybe in the space of the ring here, de CRUZ can get his straight shots working for him. But by retreating to the ropes of his own volition, he's just inviting pressure repeatedly. Looking for a counter right hand once again. Did land a shot off the rope spear before an untidy tangle almost pushes de CRUZ over the top rope. Now he's looking for the left-right, which is beyond Narwal's punching range. Look at the difference in reach between these 2 athletes. Narwal has been able to implement his tactics. As a flashing right uppercut attempted by de CRUZ wasn't too far away, but it was evaded by the layback employed by Narwal. Just single jabs coming from de CRUZ. Should he perhaps double it up? Keeps poking out the stick in a bid to keep the man in red on the end of it. Left, right, or the right hand in the left, right, not too far away from de CRUZ. He's hit by another looping right hand over the top once again, and when his back's on the ropes, well, he wasn't punching away, he did nudge a right hand into the ribs. I don't think he's been busy enough here, de CRUZ. Not really finding the range through 2.5 completed rounds. Shots becoming rather flailing now, claims his man as he comes off the ropes, the action just above our commentary position. Closing seconds of the second round. De CRUZ has tried to spend more time in the space of the boxing ring rather than against the ropes, but you see, this is what he's been doing. He's been falling short repeatedly. And I don't think it's been enough to take the second round after he conceded the first for 4 of the 5 scoring judges. So the second round in the book. And it's a 4-round split once again in favor of Narwal, although the score's different. The distribution of scores in terms of who scored for de CRUZ different from in the first. So it's all square for 2 of the judges. Ankit Narwal leading 20 points to 18 for 3 of the ringside observers here.
Seconds out, please. Round.
So into the third and final round, Ezequiel de CRUZ, the boxer wearing blue for Brazil, needs an enormous final 3 minutes here because he's trailing 20-18 for 3 of the scoring judges. He's taken a share of each of the rounds. The first 2 rounds have been scored 4-1 in favor of Ankit Narwal, and that gives you a fair indication that he knows what he's doing up there in the boxing ring, but he's been beaten to the punch with a looping roundhouse right. And all too often, he's a brilliant back foot boxer with CRUZ, but he's getting picked off by clean pot shots like that, while finding minimal success of his own because he's been missing on his single phase attacks. That's a solid right hand landed by CRUZ. Then he tries to turn it into a body shot. NARWAL looks to counter with an arcing right over the top. And CRUZ just remaining more committed now to say, okay, deep into the contest, I'm down, let's do this. And perhaps less mindful of what's coming in his direction as he goes in search of his own offense to the body, but takes a left hook over the top. But he counters with the right hand before NARWAL comes through with a backhand of his own. And we are having a tear up here with the minute gone in the third and final round. Heavy leather being thrown by both of these boxers, really digging in their shots and getting plenty of leverage on their punches as well. Really aggressive stuff from CRUZ, and you have to give the man credit for that, because the AIBA live scoring will mean that he and his team will know that they're trailing in this contest. 20-18 for 3 of the judges, and he has come out and he's really giving it a go. His chin's getting checked by the punches from NARWAL. But again, it's as though he's decided, well, we're at roll your sleeves up time, let's do this. And he is trying to get his man out of there inside the distance. And for that, he deserves immense credit. He tried boxing through the first 2 rounds, but he came out second best, conceding rounds 1 and 2 on a 4-1 split. And now he's looking to engage NARWAL in a fight. But make no mistake, it's not just naked aggression. Both boxers continuing to pick their punches, but by looking for the power shots and planting their feet into the canvas, that means that they're in punching range more often or for longer than when they're up on their toes. And that's the posture in which CRUZ spent the majority of the first 2 rounds. But look at him, really gripping the mat with his toes now and looking to get some pop on his punches. It really has been an admirable change of tactics from CRUZ, because long-range boxing wasn't getting it done for him. And just look at how much a world championship medal means as CRUZ lands a right cross once again. Good work to the body from the man in blue. Both boxers feeling the pace. Both boxers swinging for the fences. 10-second clapper sounds. CRUZ wills himself forwards once again. Picked off by a right hand on the counter from NARWAL. What a terrific contest we have just witnessed. And you have to give immense credit to Ezequiel CRUZ, because he really did go for it in the third and final round, with himself trailing after 2 completed rounds, and he let it all hang out for the final 3 minutes in a bid to get himself onto the medal podium here at Kielce 2021. For what it's worth, I don't think it's going to be enough, but what a commendable effort. Ankit NARWAL obliging him in some thunderous exchanges. He too landing some heavy shots in the third and final round. But despite CRUZ's tremendous effort in the final 3 minutes, I think it will be NARWAL going through.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout by unanimous decision is the boxer from the red corner.
And there is confirmation of a unanimous points decision victory. Ankit NARWAL of India going through. But what a contest he has just participated in. Subdued celebrations from NARWAL, because both he and Ezequiel CRUZ left it all in the boxing ring over the course of that contest. And again, let's acknowledge the fantastic effort produced by Ezequiel CRUZ as he really changed his tactics. The boxing of the first 2 rounds not paying dividends for him, and in the third and final round he went for broke in a bid to make it through to the medal podium, and he deserves considerable credit for that.